We're making shakshuka today. Shakshuka? What's shakshuka, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Shakshuka is a tomato stew dish with vegetables like eggplant, zucchini, mushrooms, onions that you add eggs to. And it can be a breakfast dish, it can be a brunch dish, it can even be a dinner dish. And you mop up all that delicious tomatoey yummy sauce with fantastic bread. And today I'm going to mop it up with some fresh laffa that I made just the other day. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Shakshuka is a Middle Eastern dish, Mediterranean. Lots of countries claim it. So before we start a war, no fighting here over who made the shakshuka first. It was introduced to me by my father, who is Israeli. It's from the Mediterranean coast. All you need to know, it's delicious, so let's get to it. Okay, we're gonna start off by cutting up our onion, cutting off that root end right there, but keeping the root together, intact, because that's your anchor. Remember that. Very importante. You're gonna pull off your yellow skin, and sometimes there's gonna be dirt inside underneath the skin, just like that. You'll just pull off that outer layer, and you might even want to give it a rinse and dab it off with a paper towel or a handy dandy kitchen towel. It helps to have those on hand, and it also helps to have your trash bin right under your arm so you're not going back and forth. Efficiency is the key in the kitchen. All right, throw all that out. All right, Knife Skills 101. Here's my anchor towards me. Some slices through, not just sharpen my knife. So you wanna make sure you have a very sharp knife. I'm just gonna go through and give it a nice chop. Chop, 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 chop. That's that, and we could one in my eyes. There you go. Got my mushroom here. Pardon me as I tear up. I'm just gonna dust it off with a, just a very damp paper towel. I don't want to drown them in water. Dust these guys off, because the ends, and I'll just chop off the ends here. These chopped off. Ends away. Put a nice slice. And these are cremini mushrooms, which have a very bold flavor. Sometimes I actually prefer the white button mushrooms because they take on the flavor of the dish and don't bring a woodsy, mushroomy flavor of their own to the dish. But both are fine. Extra virgin olive oil into my pan. Now I like cooking with extra virgin olive oil. Scoop up my onions. And bring it right over to the pan. Hear that sizzle? Mushrooms. Pepper in as well, cutting out the root. I'm just gonna do some nice julienne slices, just like so. This is a very rustic dish, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Your slices don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be uniform. We're not cooking for escoffier here. Eggplants, so they don't need to sit for 30 minutes and to be salted. They don't need that at all. I'm gonna cut it in half actually, just like this. Sometimes when the skin is hard, invert the vegetable so you're cutting through the flesh and not the skin first. Makes it easier. Just like that. Do the same over here. Oh, you can already smell the peppers and the onion coming together. Smells incredible. This dish comes together really fast too. Basically, less than 30 minutes, you'll have breakfast, brunch, or dinner on the table. Now with eggplant, you're gonna need a little more olive oil. Just like so. And that's just gorgeous. You could add zucchini to that if you'd like. Just make it a whole melange of vegetables. I'm gonna get that going. I'm gonna let it caramelize before I add salt to it. I'm gonna let it caramelize before I add some garlic as well. Because the garlic will cook up very quickly, and I don't want it to get bitter. Bitter garlic is not yummy. And we're going for yummy here. All right, that's just gonna saute there. I'm gonna leave it alone. Make sure it's all evened and spread out in the pan so every surface is getting a nice tan. There we go. How does that smell, Crystal?
It smells amazing.
All right, doesn't it smell fabulous? We're gonna come back afterwards and we're gonna finish it with some fresh herbs. There's nothing like fresh herbs to finish off any dish, but especially Mediterranean dishes and especially dishes with tomato sauce, cream sauces, that bright green that hits the pan, and the fresh aroma and the fresh flavors of fresh herbs. Nothing beats it. Always have fresh herbs on hand. All right, to this I'm gonna add a little heat. Now if you like it spicy, add more. If you don't like it spicy, add less or not at all. Right? You're in control. So remember, the spiciness of the jalapenos, these are jalapeno peppers, comes from the pith and the seeds. So if you want it less spicy, remove the pith and the seeds. And don't touch your eyes, because they will burn. All right, this is going in. I can smell that my vegetables are toasting up. And sure enough, here they are. They're getting nice and toasty. I can smell the peppers. I've got the jalapeno in there. I'm gonna let it go a little bit longer before I add my garlic. And before I salt it, because I really want to get it caramelized. All right, I added my garlic. Oh, when that garlic hits the pan. Hallelujah. And now I'm just going to saute this all up together. And that is just gorgeous. Now look at that beautiful caramelized mushroom. What I'm talking about when I say caramelized. All right, that just smells fine. Now, this is perfect. I'm now gonna throw in my crushed tomatoes. Just gonna give it a stir in the can. Spraying all over me. I'm gonna turn this down just a little. I'm gonna add a little water to it in the kettle. This rinses out your pan. Yeah, I mean your can as well. Wonderful restaurant hack. And that's gonna go in the recycling bin. I'm gonna give this a little zhuzh, just like this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Am I spraying myself? All right. I'm gonna hit this with a little pepper and a little salt. Give it another little zhuzh. Just like so. I'm gonna take some sprigs of cilantro and throw it in there. I'm gonna take some sprigs of purple basil. You could also do Italian parsley. I'm just tearing it up. My basil was a little wet. So it's all about flavor. Get that in there. Now we're gonna nestle our eggs in there, and I've got some gorgeous brown organic eggs. I'm just gonna put that right there on top. Nestle that in. Just like so. Yummy. Here's another restaurant hack. I'm just gonna cover this, just like so, with another pan, so that my eggs cook up on the top. But I'm gonna check it because I don't want them to overcook. Soon as the whites are done, the egg whites are opaque, I'm removing it. And we're gonna do something special to it. Stay tuned. Here we go. You can see that these two are already opaque, almost done. These two are a little slow to start, so I'm gonna move it over this way a little bit so that the flame hits this area right there. I'm gonna give it a nice little cover again. Expedite the cooking process, as it were. Almost, almost. This is done. They're all beautifully poached in the tomato sauce. I'm gonna come in with some fresh dill now. Dill is so yummy, and you don't need a lot, just a little, just like so. I'm gonna finish it up with some more cilantro. Whoop. I'm gonna get a spoon, plate this up now. Just want you to see how gorgeous this is. Oh, this little eggy is very small. That's okay. Put some right there. Some right there. All right, clean this off here like so. Put this here. I'm gonna cut off just a little bit of feta and top it with some feta, just like that. A few sweet pepper and a few little bits of jalapeno because we like it spicy. And I'm gonna finish it off with a sprig of cilantro, like so. And some of our laffa. We're gonna take a bite of it now. Oh yes, this is for my videographer. I'm gonna make her a plate too. I'm gonna come in here. Oh, I got some fresh herbs. There's the yolk. Mop that up with some yummy bread. So I'm just gonna eat it like that. I'm gonna take a bite. Mushroom. It's hot. So fresh. So yummy. Perfect brunch entree. I mean, how could you go wrong? And that, my dear friends, is shakshuka. Easy peasy, right? Done. Enjoy. Let me know if you tried it. Let me know how you think.
Okay. Arrivederci.